Hello everybody. My name is Naiman Kirudzinski from Run It Back. I'm joined by eMIL, the head coach of Team Liquid. Hi eMIL, how are you?
Hello, doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure. So, for those that don't know, eMIL is the current head coach of Team Liquid. He was appointed just before the LCQ, and obviously Team Liquid made it to Champions by winning the said event. So eMIL was before joining Team Liquid, he was part of NAP, Fabrican, Guildex, and Bonk. Got that right? All of them?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
fantastic, fantastic. And just one more piece of information: he joined the Team Liquid VALORANT roster alongside Dimasic. So Emil, just to start off, huge congratulations on the LCQ dub. That was a hell of a run, and the final was also extremely impressive. First question: what changed with the arrival of eMIL as the head coach to the Team Liquid VALORANT roster? What can you tell us?
So, I think known Liquid when I was with NIP and as an outside perspective from them is they're very how can I say, very like loose, playing with instinct, a little bit random at times, very just Liquid being Liquid. I think if you ask Team Screaming Liquid at the time, probably still is. I can say that it's not always the fun to scrim against. So I think when I came in, I wanted to make sure that I got some sort of structure into them, because me as a coach, me as a person, I'm very structured. If I can control everything, then I wish I could. But I like a structure, I like a clear path, a clear goal, clear protocols. So coming in, that was my goal, to like hopefully make sure that they can play, keep their kind of current style, right? Unpredictable, high skill, fast sometimes, but also then implement some more structure and some more predictability, and hopefully like turn it together to something really good.
Okay, and I think it's fair to say that for now you've achieved that goal because LCQ first event success. Following that thought, how was the preparation for the LCQ actually? Did you, because I know that as far as I remember, you were announced just 2 days before the LCQ, but I'm sure that you were, with the guys a little bit before that. But how was the time frame before the LCQ? Did you have time to actually implement everything that you actually wanted into Team Liquid?
So it was kind of short. I joined. They had just played, I think, in Iceland, and they had a break. And when they came back, I started as soon as they came back. So I think that was the start of July. So I actually had roughly 5, 6 weeks with them before we played LCQ. So I actually had some time. So I came in July, and obviously, any coach will say I'd rather have 2, 3 months to prep if I could. But honestly, I think with the time we had, it was enough. It was enough to go through all the maps, do new stuff on all the maps. It just required us to work incredibly hard and long hours. And I was lucky enough to have a really good analyst called Bacon. So me and him, we worked long hours, and he's very good at working hard. So somehow we made it happen within 5 weeks, but it was a lot of work. So
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. But
yeah,
it paid off in the end. So I think you can say
yeah.
that you're happy with yourselves there. So now I wanted to touch upon Dimasic. So obviously he joined the roster in place of Link, who vacated the team a few weeks back. Now, when I heard about Dimasic joining Liquid, I just had this picture of in my head, of him being on the Cypher in the FPX days. This crazy Cypher player that had really
Mm.
good aim. Here we saw him play on the Sage, the Sova, Brim, and Omen. So quite a diverse resume of agents. So how did you accommodate Dimasic into his role, so to speak, at Liquid?
So, I mean, kind of central roles with meta are playing smokers is kind of a little bit a weird role to have right now, since a lot of teams are playing with Chamber, and
Yeah.
I really wanted to jump on Chamber because I think jumpy on Chamber is incredible. Like he's very, very good. Dima kind of had to take on the role as then smoker sometimes. Sometimes he's playing Sage. The Sentinel role kind of turned into flex role just because we're having jumpy always on this chamber, right? So him coming in, I think had some time we had to learn how to play with all of them, also playing the roles. It was a challenge for him, but he really worked hard and he did a great job. So I was happy with how it turned out, obviously. But yeah, it was definitely a little bit of a challenge, mostly for Dima, I think. He had to really work. A lot of lineups for him and stuff like this. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now to touch upon another player, I would like to know a little bit more about Scream, because Scream seemed to be unchained for me this event. He was insane. We mentioned him as our most valuable player for EMEA LCQ. And especially in the final, those 3 maps that you guys won after losing that bind, so Scream just topped the charts. And he was insane. So my question to you, eMIL, is how do you work and coach a player that is known to be the headshot machine, a world-class aimer? How do you work with such a person?
I think you have to take into consideration like his strength as a player. You don't want to change someone like him too much, because he's very good at what he does, but it's not like I can put him on a support agent and expect him to support, you know what I mean? So you kind of have to see who you have. Like, you have Scream, really skilled, right? And make sure that he has some degree of freedom in what he does, right? How I'm very I'm very structured, but I think with someone like him, you have to give him the freedom just to sometimes maybe be over aggressive, sometimes maybe peak too much, just because that confidence he has, the skill he has, you don't want to put him in a little cage, right? But working with him, I mean, it's very entertaining looking at scrims. He gets these aces or crazy shots. It's always a treat to just observe that every day. So.
Must be a treat, yeah. Just like put him there, on any duelist agent and watch him go pop off, right? It's okay, it's insane. So extending my question, Phoenix on Scream, Scream on Phoenix, the other way around, on Ascent. Why does it work? Explain to me, please.
I mean, Scream on Phoenix is always going to be a combo that's good, right? Okay. I think it's an agent he loves to play. But with the new update, with the faster flashes, kind of felt like maybe, it could be viable to play on a map like Ascent, a lot of orbs. So, I mean, why not? It doesn't always have to be the perfect meta that you play on a map. Sometimes it can go a little bit more of a personal preference. And I think we played 2 Ascent. I think the first Ascent game kind of us playing a little bit bad. I think against the mech we really showed kind of what we're capable of with a team comp like that, right? Playing very comfort picks, aggressive, more on a flow. So yeah, I think Phoenix is viable, especially on someone like Scream. If you don't have Scream, then maybe don't force Phoenix right now into something you want to play. But if you have someone that's like good on it, why not spice it up a little bit?
Yeah, definitely a surprise pick, right?
Yeah.
But I personally love the agent, and when Scream started picking up Phoenix, I was like, yes, this is it. This is it. You know, so fantastic to see that. Okay, Emil, you know, how do you kind of compare coaching the guys at Liquid to the other teams that you've coached, such as NIP, Guildex, and so on and so forth? What are some things that you can tell us about, you know, the differences in coaching such a strong team, so to speak, from EMEA?
I think, I mean, just to get up beginning with saying, like, within a short period of time, been lucky to coach a lot of different teams, a lot of different players and personalities. And, you know, every team is very, very different. No team is gonna be the same. But coaching a team like Liquid, to begin with, there's this amazing support structure with, you know, I have analysts, I have a really good manager, performance managers, and then the amazing boot camp. It's just a dream come true to be a part of like a team like this and have everything you need as a coach. You know, I have they make food for us. We have a perfect practice room, the best computers, big whiteboard if I want to write stuff down, a cinema room to do VOD reviews and anti-stratting on. I mean, everything that you need, you can do in Team Liquid, right? So just that aspect is amazing, like compared to some of the other teams I've been in. Not saying that it haven't been amazing before, but Team Liquid definitely is a step above the rest. And just the team, all the players, I think they've been together for kind of a long time, except for Dimasik being new. So they have their way of doing things and their way of acting. And I think just knowing that they got each other's back and knowing that they have a way of dealing with things is a comfort thing for me, because I don't have to kind of start from the beginning. You know, the synergy is already there. Dealing with losses is already there. How do you do these micro things? You know, it's already there with the team, right? So it's kind of, you know, it's not an easy team to coach, but it's very forgiving. Like they listen, they know what to do. So I'm actually super happy being here. And I'm very happy that I'm very lucky to have the players I have and to be able to, you know, qualify for champions as well. So I'm grateful for them and everything they do, and the hard work they put in. So I'm very happy. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, you seem extremely ecstatic about being a part
Yeah.
of Team Liquid, and yeah, I mean, good for you. Good for you. All deserved. You know, you've proved that you're able to get a team to champions, be the only team in the region to qualify, right, as the last team. So that's fantastic. Really happy for you, Emil. All deserved. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about champions now. So I wanted to first of all start off with Team Liquid's group. So in my eyes, pretty stacked group. I mean, all the groups are stacked because this is top 16. But you know, you've got Leviathan, Paper Rex, Edward Gaming, who went on to win the East Asia qualifier without dropping a single map, which is insane, crazy, and obviously you guys. So yeah, Emil, just give me your thoughts on Group A of champions.
I mean, I can give a cliche answer, which is
Okay.
I don't care about the groups because I have to win against everyone anyways to win the whole thing. You know, I could say that, which is true. But I mean, to be honest, when I saw the group, I was kind of happy. It seems to be some fun teams to play against, which is, I mean, for me, a little bit important. Like if I want to play against someone, like I want to play against Paper X, I want to see who's Edward Gaming, or like where did they come from. Like I haven't even had time to, like, we're looking into that now because I've been so focused on LCQ. I don't know what's happened, you know, with Edward Gaming. I have no idea. So like for me, this group is very exciting to be in. And it could be another group. It would be exciting as well. But I think I'm not, sad or like, oh, it could have been easier or it could have been harder. I actually feel pretty happy with what we got, and I'm feeling pretty confident as well, based off previous scrims and stuff like this. So.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about that opener that you guys have, which is Leviathan. So the boys from South America, Onura's the coach, the famed, although sometimes controversial coach. So yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on that matchup? They've showed some pretty good prowess in the last event they were at. Certainly entertaining to watch, especially in overtimes. Any thoughts on Leviathan and that first game that you'll be having?
I don't really know, because I think I would like to say that they're predictable. I know how they're gonna play, but honestly, I don't wanna underestimate them at all. I think infamous coach, everything they've done. I think I'm just gonna go into this match not underestimating them a single bit, just going in 110% and make sure that we win that first game. Because for me, winning the first game is very important to start strong, get that flow going, start with a win. So yeah, they just have to watch out for us coming in with 110% energy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fantastic. How excited are you to be on the stage, to be in a proper LAN setting, you sitting not far from your players? Does that, I don't know, is it a kind of a driving factor for you, do you think? Are you excited about it? Do you prefer to be in your little confined space? How do you view that?
If I could, I would stand behind the players, obviously.
Okay.
I think with his coaching rules, it's sometimes a little bit frustrating not being able to sit there and fist bump them and be inside of the action. But I mean, yeah, I'm super excited. I was at the Copenhagen Masters watching my twin brother win the whole thing firsthand, and even though I was happy for him, I was very jealous, and I wish I was there winning. So I'm very happy to actually get the chance now to go and hopefully beat him, so super excited.
Yeah, you just answered one of my next questions, which was Doom Bros, your twin brother will also be a champions. I mean, let me just start by saying this is such a crazy story, two twin brothers going together to the most important esports event in Valorant of the year, and possibly competing against one another. Obviously, you guys are not in the same group, but there's a chance. Obviously, there's always a chance that you guys are going to meet. Is this something that you two are waiting for to happen?
Yeah, I mean, it would be amazing if it happened, if we actually play against each other. I think for people who know us, know that we're very competitive, just about small things all of the time. So it would definitely be one of the biggest matches for me, because I really, really want to beat him. If we play scrim against each other, I always get like this. If he beats me, he gives me some tips of how to improve. I was like, no, I need to beat him. Okay, so I really hope that we're gonna end up against each other. If not, then fine. We'll see who gets the furthest, who wins. But yeah, it will definitely be on the bucket list to play each other on a LAN like this. So,
well, I'm definitely waiting for that to happen. I really hope it happens in sometime in the playoffs. That would be a hella view, just like identical brothers sitting across from each other at the event. That's crazy. But yeah, hopefully it happens. Okay, Emil, what do you think about Pearl? So obviously at Champions, we're going to have Pearl instead of Split in the map pool. Like from the perspective of a coach, how good is Pearl competitively? Do you like the map? Do you not like the map? What are your views on Pearl?
I mean, I will have to see it, because we haven't really seen it in a big tournament like this yet. We didn't have it in LCQ. So, I mean, right now I can't really say too much about it. I like the fact that it's a dark map. It's nice for my eyes, you know. But I mean, we'll see. I think it's a mixture of a few maps in Valorant. It seems like, and I just hope to see some different team comps. It would be fun to see now in Champs, some maybe playing, heavy post plans. Maybe someone's playing more rush. Maybe like Paper X. It would be nice to see some sort of variety on Pearl. So yeah, that's my answer. I honestly don't know if it's a good or bad map. We just have to see. If every team is banning it, then you probably know it's bad. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely fun to see, what the teams come up with, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
sure there has to be at least one team that will make it, a pick, their pick,
Yeah.
just to surprise. Must be somebody. Maybe you guys, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna
If
ask.
it was, I wouldn't say. So
Yeah, I know,
leave it
I
at
know,
that.
I know. I'm not gonna inquire any further. But yeah, definitely exciting things to come at Champions regarding the new map. Okay, well, Emil, who's winning Champions? That's my last question.
I think this team right here,
Oh, the dark
for
horse.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
of course. Coming from LCQ, freshly in tournament, we're on that path. So yeah, of course we're winning. That's the
Right.
only answer I can give and
Of
will give.
course.
So
Of course. Well, wouldn't take it any other way. So, All right, Emil, this has been a real pleasure to have you here with me. Great to chat with you. And well, all I can say is all the best of luck at Champions. And I hope that we see you face FPX and Doom Bros, because that's gonna be so exciting. And I hope it happens. And all the best of luck. Keep practicing, and it'll be exciting to see you guys on the stage. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, man. And again, thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure.